Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Let's talk with him here. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So today I want to talk about Irish funerals. Or let me put it this way. Irish people's obsession with death and funerals. Okay, you may wonder why is she laughing? Like why is she smiling when she's talking about death and funerals? It should be something sad and all that. Yeah, it is. It is something sad. It is something sad and something, serious. However, when I moved to Ireland, I realized that the Irish people have turned this sad event to a truly memorable event, to a truly, I don't know, a celebration, a celebration of life. Okay. So let me just get to it. You see, when I make my videos, I normally share my experience. Okay, I normally share because my experience is what I know. I know there are some aspects of the funerals that I haven't had the privilege to attend. So I will just share what the one I know, and I'll also compare it to my home country, Nigeria, and also my home state. Now, Nigeria is very vast, it's very diverse. So we have different cultures, we have different cultures and different ways of doing it. So I am from Adamawa State, Nigeria. It's the northeastern part of Nigeria, and I am a Christian. No, so now I have to put this because Muslims they do their burial a certain way, Christians do their burial a certain way. Then my culture, Bachama and Bachama by tribe, we do our funerals a certain way, a different way from the way a Yoruba person or an Igbo person will do their funeral. So I'm just putting this for perspective. Okay, now let's get to it. The first thing, there's this website. Okay, no, I think I'll talk about the website last. So the first thing, when a person dies, yeah, when a person passes on, the person is brought home. Now, when a person passes on, be it in the hospital or at home, the first thing is a funeral home is being called. Now, this thing I found very different because in Nigeria, when a person passes on, be it at home or in the hospital, an ambulance is called. Now, I will tell you something. In Nigeria, ambulance, the ambulance is mostly for carrying dead people than for carrying sick people. It's faster for you to drive your own person to the hospital, no matter how sick the person is. It will be faster for you to drive the person to the hospital yourself than to wait for an ambulance. You know, so mostly ambulances are known for carrying dead people or people that have passed on rather than carrying sick people. But in Ireland, when in Ireland, obviously it's different. So when somebody passes on, be it at home or the hospital, the person is taken. If it's in the hospital, the person is taken to the mortuary first. Then a funeral home is called to pick the body. But if it is at home, the person is taken to the funeral home. Unless in exceptional cases, let's say if a postmortem is going to be taken, of course. But on a normal situation, if there's no postmortem, the person is taken to the funeral home. Then sometimes in that same day, the person is returned back to the family house. Now I find this fascinating. I find this really, really fascinating. The person is brought back to the family house on that day. Yeah, I've lost people, very close friends or acquaintances. I've shared before. I've told you before. I'll make a full video regarding that. I used to be a carer. I used to be a home helper, and I've lost clients, and I've seen this. Okay, so people when they pass on, they are brought back. When they are taken to the funeral home to be prepared, and the bodies are brought back home, and they are laid in state at home. Some are put in the casket and laid, let's say, in the living room. The living room is cleared, while others some are laid on their own beds. It's incredible. I mean, so you find out that animal, fear of death is broken. I've seen a person lying in state in his own home, and his grandchildren were running around the casket. They will stand and look at grandpa. They will stand and look at grandpa, and now run around, and it is so heartwarming. coming. Because in Nigeria we have this somebody said, in Nigeria we have this fear, we have this fear. It's not really fear. I used to have this like, oh my god, a dead body at home. But here it's not a dead body. That is my husband. That is my wife. That is my mom. That is my dad. That is my nanny. That is my grandpa. You know, that is a person. That is my own person there. Even though there's no life in him or her, that is my person. So the person is brought home and the person stays in the house all through till the day of the burial. And mostly the burial normally takes place after 2, 3, or 4 days. The burial always takes place after 2, 3, or 4 days. Now, in comparison to my culture in Nigeria, when a person passes on either at home or in the hospital, the person is taken to the mortuary, and the body stays in the mortuary till a day before the funeral. Now, a day before the funeral, the body is taken out from the mortuary. Some few family members go to the mortuary to prepare the body, and the body is taken from the mortuary to the to the clan compound. Now, in Bachama Kingdom, we have clans. We have 6 major clans, and all these clans have family homes in every village, in every city, in every village, in every city, in every town where our people are. So the person is taken to the clan compound the night before the funeral. And once the body is taken there, the body is not opened. The casket is left closed, okay, till the following day, till the day of the funeral. Then the casket will be opened for an hour or 2 hours so that people can quickly pay their respects. So that people can pay their respects before it's closed permanently. But you see, the Irish people is different. They are brought right after the body is prepared. That same day, the body is brought back till the day of the funeral. This is something I found really, really touching. Really, really touching. And then sometimes, in some cases, okay, let me quickly add, in some cases, the bodies are left in the funeral home. Let's say when the family members are abroad or something, the bodies are left in the funeral home and they are reposed, like, a day to the funeral, the casket is open for people to come and pay their respects. But if the person lives local, the body is brought home. And it is incredible. It is incredible. Then you see people. Then I heard. Now I've never witnessed an Irish wake. I want to, please, if somebody is bereaved, can you invite me so that I witness your wake? I heard that the wake is very interesting. That there's a lot of, it's fun. That it's fun. The wake is fun. I want to experience that. I've not experienced that, so that's why I'm not going to talk about that, because I've not experienced it. Then the day of the funeral, people in the community, they line up. They line up, especially if the person is local. If the person has lived in that community for a very long time, the people in the community, or the person is an important person, a big person or something, the people line up. They line up on the streets. I remember when the owner of Primark, or Pennies, we call it Pennies here, when the owner of Pennies passed on, that's the owner of Primark, as people may know. The owner of Primark, when he died, he's an Irish person, by the way. The people lined up in the first Penny store in Dublin. They lined up, the staff and people, they lined up, and as the casket was moving, people were clapping, and the casket was, and the hearse and the funeral hearse and the cortege, they were just driving slowly and slowly and slowly. Oh my God, I love this. Like, oh, it's so touching. I can't explain how touching that is to me. There was a time I was passing, I was just driving, I was driving and I passed this village, a very small town, okay? I passed this very small town, and this person, I saw people lined up. Now, when once you see people lined up, you have to stop. You pay your respect. So even if you know the person or you don't know the person, you have to stop. Whether you're driving on the opposite direction, the cars will stop till the hearse passes the car. It's a sign of respect. So you don't drive in either way past the hearse. Okay, you have to stop. So, do you know? Ideally, you just stop on the road. okay, to allow the person to pass, to just pay your respect to the husband. But for me, that day I was so emotional when I saw people lined up and I saw them clapping. I was so emotional that I parked on the side of the road. I just parked on the side of the road and I came down from the car and I stood and I started clapping. Mind you, I don't know the person. I don't know. Ask me the name of the person, I don't even know. But I was so touched. I was so touched by that level of respect and that level of, you imagine what that does to the family members. Just imagine what it does to the family members. For me, it will tell me two things. That my person was a good person. And secondly, that my person has been honored. That is what it tells me. And that's what they do. It's incredible. So then they drive from the home, they pick the body from the home and they drive to the church. Okay, now in the church, I was privileged to attend some funerals. Okay, in the church, the family members will be the one that will do the reading, the Bible reading, the family members. Then there's something interesting that the family members do. Oh my God, they bring a picture of the person. Then they drop the picture of the person. Then they will bring something, let's say a ball. Let's say if the man used to, or the woman, if the man used to play rugby, they will bring a rugby ball or his rugby jersey and say, oh, that has played for so and so team or the GAA, blah 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 blah, so and so time. So they will place it. Then they will say if it is mom, oh mom, you used to love knitting. She knitted all our sweaters, all our jumpers, and they will place it. They will bring items, personal items of that person. Oh my goodness. Oh, such a beautiful culture, like such a beautiful, beautiful culture. It's touching. It is truly, truly touching. See, if I take off my glasses, you will see tears. I don't want this video to be a crying video, but honestly, it's very touching to me. Really, really touching to me. Then, moving on, after then the funeral, after everything, the family members stand out and people greet them, and before the person is taken to the cemetery for the burial. Okay, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful culture. Now, there's something I have seen that I haven't seen anywhere, like it's not known in Nigeria, and I don't know. There's this website, rip.ie. Now, this website is where death notices are placed nationwide. Okay, so when you go to rip.ie, you will see the death notification of every county, of every town, of every city, of everything. And death notifications also are being announced on local radio. Oh, Galway Bay FM. You know I'm from Galway, right? Galway Bay FM. 11:06 a.m. 11:06. Not 11:05. Not 11:04. 11:06 a.m. Here are the death notifications for Galway. The death has been announced of 11:06 a.m. Here are the death notices for Galway. Now, some people, they sit by their radio 11:06 a.m. to listen to the death notices. Yeah? Some people, now I have become one of those people. We go to rip.ie to just look at death notices. I have an Indian colleague, and I asked him, I just asked him, I said, hey, I go to RIP. He said, I also go to RIP. So we go. You just search for names, you can search for names or just read through. Like yesterday, I was on RIP, and now here, I'm not laughing, okay? I'm a mom of two lovely girls. And I went on RIP, and I checked my county, and I saw a death notice of a 2-year-old girl. Now, I have a 2-year-old girl. I saw this death notice of a 2-year-old girl, and one good thing with RIP.ia is you can share your condolences. You know, you can write your condolences. So I wanted to say something. You know, I wanted to share my condolences with the family. I really wanted to, but in my mind I said I don't even know this family. I don't know this girl. Then I opened the condolences that were written. Then I saw one, and the person at the end of it he wrote, "A Galway man, a Galway man." Oh. Then I went on and I saw another one, "A Galway mom." Oh, so I said, okay, I got a clue. So I wrote my own condolences and I wrote at the bottom, "A Galway mom." One good thing about this country is when one person is mourning in a community, trust me, the whole community is mourning. Yeah, it may be party, it may be fun at the wake. The person may be lying in state at home, but it is serious. Like, what's the name? And when the death is tragic, when the death is tragic, the whole country, the entire country, not just the entire country, people that are abroad, you know, there are more Irish people abroad than Irish people in the country. Yeah, there are more Irish people in America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. There are more Irish people abroad than there are in the world. So if a tragic event happens in the country, Irish people all over the country, all over the world, they mourn. I will give you an example. The tragic death of. I wanted to make this video a funny one. I don't know. Not a funny one, but the tragic death of Ashley Murphy in January of 2022. January this year. Oh my goodness. 23-year-old teacher from Tullamore. She was, yeah, her life was ended. Her life was ended when she went out around 4 p.m. for a run. The whole world mourned. That day, the next day, the day after, it was the whole country, the whole Irish nation, all over. And that's one thing I like about this country, okay? If it is a tragic whatever, everybody. If it is a death in the community, everybody. You know? It kind of, you are united in pain, you are united in your grief. Wow. So bottom line, I don't want to end in this sad note, but still I have to end this video. I didn't plan for this video to be this long, but here it is. Well, this is my Irish funeral experience, you know, and I just want to share Irish people's obsession with funerals and death. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your subscriptions. If you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel, like, share, and make your comments. I'd like to hear from you. And please don't forget to invite me for a week. I want to experience that. All right? Have a nice day. Bye. See you on my next video. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.